I'm closer to my retirement days, and I'm thinking, will I have enough? Should I change something?
Well, you're asking the right questions.
Well, I just want to know, am I going to be okay?
I know people who specialize in am I going to be okay.
I like that.
You may need glasses, though.
Yeah.
Schedule a complimentary goal planning session today with TD Ameritrade.
With Advil Liquid Gels, you'll ask, what stiff joints? What bad back? Advil is relief that's fast, strength that lasts. You'll ask,
what pain?
With Advil Liquid Gels.
I don't keep track of regrets, and I don't add up the years. But what I do count on is Boost.
Delicious Boost High Protein Nutritional Drink has 20 grams of protein, along with 26 essential vitamins and minerals. Boost High Protein. Be up for life.
You wouldn't accept an incomplete job from anyone else. Why accept it from your allergy pills? Most pills don't finish the job because they don't relieve nasal congestion. Flonase Sensimist is different. It relieves all your worst symptoms, including nasal congestion, which most pills don't. It's more complete allergy relief, and all from a gentle mist you can barely feel. Flonase Sensimist helps block 6 key inflammatory substances. Most pills only block 1, and 6 is greater than 1. Flonase Sensimist.
In just days, you could win $7,000 a week for life.
Oh, that's marvelous. Oh, my God.
All right. You could win $7 grand a week for life from Publishers Clearinghouse. That's a lot of money. Just go to PCH.com and enter now. Real people really win.
They're unbelievable.
And you could be next. Enter now, and April 26th, you could win $7,000 a week for the rest of your life.
First, R. Kelly explodes during our interview about sexual abuse charges. Now, what do 2 women who live with him say about the allegations? Tomorrow, only on CBS This Morning.
We end here with good news from Alabama. The last of the missing from a tornado were found alive. Omar Villafranca met one family that ended up 100 miles apart.
Ben Robertson has never flown on an airplane.
First time I ever flown was on a tornado.
That ride broke the 34-year-old's leg and ankle, but not his spirit.
Ever since this happened, I have not been sad, upset, angry, or anything.
Because your 2 biggest things in your life are still alive.
I'm thankful everything's okay.
His wife, Megan Robertson, is recovering from a broken hip at another hospital, as is his 5-year-old son, Eli. We were there when they spoke on video chat for the first time since the tornado hit.
Hey, buddy. How are you feeling?
Oh, he's fine.
Eli will be out of the hospital this week.
He's been up and at 'em.
I'm sure he has.
All Ben remembers is that seconds before the tornado hit, he was in the bathroom holding on to his wife while she clutched their son. Somehow, they all survived. A family member took this picture of Eli's back while in the hospital.
Is that bruise your wife's hand?
Yes, sir. That's what they tell me.
So the mother's love leaves a little bit of a bruise.
That's why he's okay.
Yeah.
There's nothing left of their home, and they don't even have health insurance. But Ben's not worried.
How are you keeping that smile on your face?
I don't know, man. It's the work of God, I guess. That's all I can say, man.
The tornado destroyed everything he owns, except what really matters. Omar Villafranca, CBS News, Opelika, Alabama.
That is right. And that is the CBS Evening News. I'm Jeff Glor. We will see you tomorrow. Have a great night.
You're watching 13 News, Kansas News Leader.
Good evening. I'm Erica Hall, sitting in for Melissa Bruner.
She is on assignment right now. Good evening. Welcome in. I'm Ralph Hipp. Boy, if you're tired of this winter weather, you might be glad to hear we have some relief on the way.
Let's send it out to the weather deck for Peyton Sanders to find out if warmer temps are maybe coming up.
Yeah, Erica, Ralph, that's right. Temperatures actually climbed today above freezing for everyone, the first time in several days. And some good news, it does look like that trend is going to be carrying on as we move on through the rest of the week. Here's a check of the 6 o'clock numbers tonight. Everyone's still above freezing right now. We have 35 degrees in Topeka, 40 in Council Grove, a little bit colder near the Nebraska border where there's still a lot of that snow cover on the ground. 34 the current temperature in Concordia. Look at our highs where they'll end up tomorrow. Many spots going to dip into the lower 40s. A mainly cloudy sky much like today, but the temperatures will be on that upward climb as we move on through the day tomorrow as well. And the warming trend continues all the way into the upcoming weekend ahead of our next storm system that is likely to bring some rain and, yes, even a few thunderstorms possible as we start the weekend. All the latest timing and a look at which places will see the heaviest of the rainfall. Those details coming up.
We will wash a lot of this away. Peyton Sanders, thank you. The Riley County Police Department tonight with a public safety announcement after a string of overdoses they believe are tied to fentanyl-laced heroin. 13's Juan Cisneros live with the story here at 6 in Manhattan and more from Riley County PD.
In the past week, the Riley County Police Department has responded to 3 cases in which they believe that fentanyl-laced heroin has been involved. One of those incidents did end in a fatality. Now, a lot of the details on all of those cases are not available right now as they are part of an ongoing investigation. But Officer Rachel Pate with RCPD, she said that they still want to let people know what's going on because this is a very dangerous drug, and they wanted to make sure that people were aware and were on the lookout.
The amount of fentanyl that would be a deadly dose is far smaller than it is with other types of drugs. So that is where, you know, it is inherently more dangerous, especially when you're seeing fentanyl being laced in with the other common drugs that people are using. It's something to where they're not aware of this being within that. What they believe they're taking is not what they were told that it is.
Now, this synthetic drug is not something that they're used to seeing in this area, so the department is looking for the public's help when it comes to the selling or the usage of this drug. You can call the department at their non-emergency line, or you can stay anonymous and call the RCPD Crime Stoppers, and that number is 785-539-7777.
Juan Cisneros with a warning, and thank you, sir, for that. A search of a person suspected in breaking into cars came up empty this morning. The Highway Patrol and TPD responded at 8:45 here at Huntoon and Wanamaker. They say the manhunt began after the man ran into a tree line. Authorities ended the search before 10 o'clock today, not saying if they knew who the man was, nor did they say how many vehicles he suspected of breaking into. Authorities also say 3 people have been killed in a fiery wreck that happened in northeast Wichita. Trooper Chad Crittenden says a northbound box truck collided with a westbound car while crossing K254 highway. Both the vehicles went into a ditch and caught fire. Crittenden said the 3 people in the car are the ones who died at the scene. The patrol is continuing to work tonight to identify them. That truck driver was hospitalized with what are believed to be minor injuries, and Trooper Chad says it appears that the driver didn't yield before crossing the highway.
Stormont Vail Health is celebrating 5 years as a member of the Mayo Clinic Care Network. 13's Cecilia Jenkins spoke to a man who says it's a valuable resource for our area. Cecilia?
The partnership allows doctors at Stormont and Topeka to collaborate with experts at Mayo Clinic in Minnesota through digital consultations. It allows patients to receive more options for care without going far from home. Stormont Vail celebrated its 5th year anniversary with the Mayo Clinic Care Network.
It has allowed us to collaborate with a very large academic institution and bring their knowledge and expertise to Topeka, Kansas.
David Schrum, a patient at Stormont Vail Health, says he benefited from the partnership when doctors discovered he had several swollen lymph nodes.
And so a lot of tests were run. Pathologists did tests on those and found that I had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Schrum received a second opinion on treatments from the Mayo Clinic in Minnesota, free of charge and without leaving the state.
Based upon the Mayo Clinic, I was able to do a lesser aggressive chemo treatment.
The collaboration allows doctors to communicate with experts states away through digital consults known as e-consults.
I can just click on my computer for 5 minutes, put all the information together, and it's all electronically sent to the Mayo Clinic, whether it's their Rochester campus or their Arizona campus.
We have over 4,200 physicians and scientists, and those physicians and scientists tend to specialize in areas, maybe even subspecialize in specific disease areas.
Doctors have done about 1,100 e-consults over the last 5 years, and patients like Schrum said it's been life-changing.
It's not had a huge impact on my everyday life, and the more aggressive treatment that was previously prescribed certainly would have done that. So I'm very thankful for the partnership.
Representatives from Stormont Vail and the Mayo Clinic say they are working to expand the services to help even more patients.
13 Cecilia Jenkins, thank you so much. We're past the halfway mark of the legislative session. Some Democrats are upset at a lack of work done so far, but Republicans say plenty is happening behind the scenes. 13 Sean Wheat spoke with lawmakers on both sides of the aisle.
Well, Erica, this season is the first in 8 years with a Democrat leading the executive branch, while the GOP still controls the legislature and Republicans have their split, which means a lot of negotiations must happen to move anything forward.
This has been the do-nothing legislature.
Democrats say lawmakers should have more to show for their work at the midway point of the legislative session.
Waiting for bills to be brought to the floor that are substantive and important pieces of legislation.
Put things on the floor. Let's have a debate, up or down.
Republicans say a lot of progress is being made in meetings.
Conversations are being undergoing between the second floor and the third floor, and we haven't reached agreement on anything yet, but I think we're going to get there.
This will be a year that's very typical, where we'll hurry up at the end, but it won't be hurrying up and not deliberating and not thinking things through thoughtfully and meaningfully.
Lawmakers have advanced no bills on school funding or Medicaid expansion. A Republican proposed tax cut made it through the Senate, with House debate expected soon.
If it were in its present form, and if I were her, I'd veto it.
We have to be really careful with both spending and tax cuts, because we finally turned the ship around. We're headed in the right direction.
But Democrats insist they cannot wait until the last hour to finish their work.
But we've got time. We don't want to rush through huge decisions.
I think it's time we get our tails in gear and get the people's work done.
Well, just a small little update. The Senate Committee on Education and Finance has actually just passed out a bill to the full Senate floor that was then backed by Governor Kelly, but the Democrats actually didn't back this one. It was backed by the Republicans. Now, Governor Kelly will address new concerns about Medicaid expansion and the cost tomorrow at a news conference. She also faces new opposition in that school funding plan from plaintiffs in the school funding lawsuit who say it does not add enough money. All right.
Good information. Thanks so much, Sean. Local small businesses are talking about the issues that affect them and their customers. NFIB, the nation's largest small business advocacy organization, was at the State House today holding its annual Small Business Day. Business owners learned more about what's happening in the legislature and talked to lawmakers about issues involving them. Speakers included Senate President Susan Wagle and House Speaker Ron Reichman.
2 women honored for saving the lives of 2 people injured in a car accident. Mother and daughter, Rachel White and Madison Flanagan, are the recipients of the Champion of Character Awards today from Safe Streets. After some Christmas shopping recently, they came upon the wreck at 36th and Burlingame Road, where a car left that roadway and flipped over an embankment. One person was injured on the roadway, the other trapped in the car in the water. So Rachel immediately helped the man in the roadway while Madison was busy calling 911.
You need to know what's going on around you, because nobody was stopping for him, and they could have died if we didn't stop, or if we didn't even go that way home and I wasn't looking out the window at that moment of time.
The Champion of Character honor is awarded to anybody who improves the health and safety and quality of life in and around Topeka. Today, for many Christians around the world, this is a day of prayer, fasting, and repenting. Ash Wednesday. First Presbyterian Church of Topeka held Ash Wednesday services in their chapel. The half-hour service allowed the parishioners to confess their sins and get ready for the season of Lent leading up to Easter.
Lent is the 40 days, not including Sundays, leading up to Easter, and that's been part of the Christian tradition for centuries now. And it's often considered to be a time when you might fast or let go of things that distract you in order to focus more on your relationship with God.
Ash Wednesday originates its name from the placing of the repentance ashes on the forehead. Athletic trainers were in the spotlight at the State House in what's called Hit the Hill Day, and we'll take you there again.
And awareness of deafness, just one of the lessons learned by lawmakers today.
You're watching 13 News at 6 with Melissa Bruner and Ralph Hipp. 13 News, Kansas News Leader.
The window for early learning closes quickly on preschoolers. If they don't experience reading before kindergarten, they may never read above a 3rd grade level or finish high school, and they could see their life choices shut off. But just share words with them a few minutes out of your busy day, from a book or play a word game instead of a video game. They'll start school ready to learn. They just can't wait to read. Go to readwiththem.org for all you need.
Hi. So we're buying a bigger home.
Yeah, a 4-bedroom, but, with room to grow.
Your ocular cavity is experiencing a malfunction.
Because we want kids.
Calculating offspring life insurance.
No, wait, we only have a cat, so we don't...
Calculating farm insurance.
Oh, is there somebody else who can help us?
Only a human who knows you can create a plan that's right for you. That's why for 80 years we've built relationships first and plans second. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Should we help him?
Nah, he just got the X.
The what now?
He got the X multiplier on a Kansas Lottery X family ticket. And now the X is showering him in 75 grand.
He seems happy.
Win more with second chance drawings on the Play On app anytime you scratch with the X family.
Jefferson County Home Health and Hospice, serving our friends and neighbors since 1967.
You're watching 13 News, Kansas News Leader.
There were other things going on at the Capitol today as legislators had the lesson on importance of athletic trainers in sports today.
The annual Hit the Hill Day, sponsored by the Kansas Athletic Trainers Society, allowed lawmakers to see how trainers treat injuries, as well as try out concussion goggles and see mock stop bleeding drills. It's all in an effort to give lawmakers the opportunity to understand the role athletic trainers play in the prevention, examination, treatment, and rehabilitation of injuries, especially in middle and high school athletics.
In Kansas, it's a very low percentage of our high school student athletes that have access to athletic training services. And so we think it's important to get up here and not only meet with the representatives and just the legislature in general, but also the general public that comes through.
This year's Hit the Hill Day falls within National Athletic Training Month. Very appropriate.
And dozens were gathering to raise awareness for the deaf and the hard of hearing in the Capitol as well. The Kansas Commission for the Deaf and Hard of Hearing partnered with the Kansas State School for the Deaf in Olathe and the Museum of Deaf History hosting this event. Interpreters were there for lawmakers to communicate with deaf and hard of hearing constituents all throughout this day. And not only that, but booths were also set up to promote what the resources are available in the state of Kansas.
The most important is that they are here and they are visible. Many times the general public never meet a deaf or hard of hearing individual, so they have a lot of assumptions that one deaf person is cookie cutter and that they are all the same. But this is showing and sharing for public awareness purposes that there is a strong unity within the community and we do have things to share.
Very good, well said. And the Kansas Commission for the Deaf and Hard of Hearing is a program within the Kansas Department of Children and Families. Could a storm system be in our future, and what's in that storm system?
Yeah, let's find out. We'll check in with Peyton Sanders next with your full forecast.
Welcome to the Carlson Financial Minute, your trusted financial resource.
We're Carlson Financial, helping you with planning and investing as you're nearing and enjoying retirement. When looking for a financial advisory firm, make sure you find one that includes tax planning as one of their services. Questions like, how can I reduce the taxes that I pay now? And should I be putting money into a traditional IRA or a Roth IRA? Or, what might I be facing when it comes time for required minimum distributions at 70 and a half? And are there things I should be doing now so I don't have a big tax issue at 70 and a half? Or what if I'm being forced to take required minimum distributions and don't need them? What should I do then? Or what about capital gains taxes? Are there ways that I can eliminate or lower them? Or are there ways that I can reduce taxes that need to be paid by my spouse when I pass away? We're Carlson Financial, putting you on the better side of retirement planning.
Call Carlson Financial today at 844-CARLSON or visit carlsonfinancial.com.
Cold and harsh conditions can make your winters brutal. So we traveled to a test facility in Baudette, Minnesota and pushed the Honda CR-V LX with available all-wheel drive to the absolute limit. Challenging the available real-time all-wheel drive with intelligent control system against the worst elements imaginable. And proving why the CR-V can push you through those cold winter months. Visit your local Honda dealer to test drive the CR-V at 2019kbb.com Best Buy.
We really need a reliable backup and recovery plan.
I can do that.
We have a wireless office network. Sometimes.
We do that. The IT person we just fired left everything a confusing mess. I'll help with that.
We upgraded to Windows 10, and now some of our critical software isn't working.
We can do that.
I've been working so hard to meet a deadline, I missed lunch.
I can help with that.
Fox Business Systems business level support. We can do that.
This is your 13 weather forecast with Peyton Sanders.
Well, today was a start of a warming trend that will carry on as we move on through the rest of this work week. High temperatures finally above freezing for everyone. The last time we were able to say that, you have to go back to the first of this month with a high of 39 degrees. But even that 37 today on the calendar, that's still below average. Normal highs this time of year around 52 degrees. But we'll take it considering how cold it has been over the past several weeks. And as you look at Supercast overnight tonight, there's a slight chance along the Kansas-Nebraska state line for a few snow flurries. So Hiawatha, Seneca, Marysville could have a few flakes flying tonight. Accumulating snow not expected. Most of us likely going to end up staying dry. So heading into your Thursday, some peaks of sunshine to start the day, but the clouds will be on the increase as we move on into the afternoon. We'll end the day with an overcast sky for everyone, but most of your Thursday going to be dry. It's as we head into Thursday evening and Thursday night, that's when we could begin to see some very isolated, patchy areas of some drizzle, maybe some freezing drizzle or flurries. But notice on Supercast, it's very isolated, pretty quick moving as well. So as far as impacts to travel, that's looking unlikely. So as we head into Friday, just stuck underneath the clouds. And notice the temperatures once again, we'll have another day with everyone back above freezing. So again, that warming trend carrying on as we move on through the next couple of days. A much better chance for precipitation will be arriving into the upcoming weekend. On Friday, a storm system developing out across the Rockies. That's going to be heading away and arriving by the time we hit Saturday. But it's likely going to be a wet storm with some heavy rain, even some isolated thunderstorms. The good news with this weekend system, the chances for snow very likely going to be staying up to our north. But as we move on into your Saturday, the morning hours especially, that's when rain will be the most likely. We think once we get into your Saturday afternoon, the storm system starts to push to the east and the rain chances will start to wind down. Our focus into the afternoon on Saturday will focus on some gusty winds as that system begins to push off to the east. As far as rainfall is concerned, the heaviest likely going to fall east of the Flint Hills. If you live in Concordia, Clay Center, down through Abilene, you might miss out on some of the heavier rain, but we're thinking Topeka, Emporia, Hiawatha, and points of the east could see rainfall amounts in excess of a quarter inch. And then once that storm system pulls away, get ready for winds that will gust between 40 and 50 miles per hour on Saturday. So a big shift in the weather as we move on into the upcoming weekend. We have a mostly cloudy sky in Topeka tonight on our Capital Federal Sky Cam, still above freezing at 35 degrees with a southeast wind at 7 miles per hour. Low temperatures tonight falling down into the 20s, mostly cloudy skies, and then highs tomorrow back into the 40s for just about everyone. A little bit colder near the Nebraska border where there's still a lot of that snow cover on the ground, but it is still an improvement compared to all this cold weather recently. And we'll be up to 44 degrees on Friday. There come the rain chances into the upcoming weekend. A brief warm up too to start the weekend. That 56 that you see there on our forecast, that's going to occur around midday because as we get into the afternoon, colder temperatures back in our forecast. Evening wind chills already back into the 20s and 30s. So get ready for more cold weather, mid 40s on Sunday, and then another wet storm on Tuesday with more rain likely.
Okay, well, the temperature is a little bit more to our liking. Even though the streak ends for KU at 14, there is some better news for the Jayhawks and redshirt junior Dedrick Lawson.
Plus, highlights and scores from the early slate of today's state basketball matchups.
This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only. Slumberland's 3-day sale. Get an extra $100 off your purchase of $5.99 or more. Get up to 65% off. For 3 days only, get this sofa for just $4.97. Or this queen bed for just $3.88. Get up to 65% off. 3 days only. Get an extra $100 off your purchase of $5.99 or more. The 3-day sale at Slumberland. It's a good life.
When you believe, you inspire. When you love, you dream. When you breathe, you create. When you laugh, you cry. And when you're reliable, you trust. Capital Federal, predictably true blue.
At Papa John's, we've added 6 new pizzas to our handcrafted specialty menu, like the meatball and pepperoni, which means there's something for everyone. And right now, get any large specialty for just $12. So get all your friends together, or as we call them, taste buds.
We got everything from floor to ceiling, windows, doors, and more. Kitchens and baths, imagine that. Topeka's Home Show. You got to go.
It's the 57th Annual Topeka Home Show, March 8th through the 10th. See the latest home trends, talk one-on-one with the professionals, receive promotional offers, and enter to win a ticket for the St. Jude's Dream Home Giveaway.
Topeka's Home Show. You've got to go.
It's the 57th Annual Topeka Home Show, March 8th through the 10th at the Kansas Expo Center.
The WIBW 13 weather app. Track storms, road conditions, and more on the highest resolution interactive radar available. Quickly and easily keep up with the ever-changing Kansas weather. When storms strike, you won't be caught off guard. The WIBW 13 weather app.
Form a team and come out to play basketball, dodgeball, indoor soccer, and volleyball in the Topeka Corporate Games April 12th through the 14th. Go to sunflowergames.com and register your team before the March 27th deadline.
Closed captioning sponsored by Grace Med. Affordable health and dental care for everyone. 13 Sports with Nicole Fye.
Well, last night, the Kansas Jayhawks snapped their Big 12 title winning streak in a loss at Oklahoma. But today, the Jayhawks received some happier news. One Jayhawk in particular, redshirt junior Dedrick Lawson, has been named one of 10 semifinalists for this year's Naismith Trophy. This season is actually Lawson's 3rd straight year earning semifinalist honors. Currently, the Memphis transfer leads the Big 12 in scoring with 19 points per game and has 19 double-doubles, which ties for 8th nationally. He is the only player in the league averaging a double-double. And to the women's side, all Big 12 honors are out. Kansas State's Kayla Goth and Peyton Williams were named to the All Big 12 first team, while Christiana Carr was chosen for the Big 12 All Freshman team. Williams actually also nabbed Big 12 All Defensive Team honors as well. As for Kansas, seniors Kylie Kopatic and Kristalla Lyons were named All Big 12 honorable mentions. The entire high school basketball season has come down to today and tomorrow as the 2018-19 Keisha State Tournament begins. To Emporia we go. Seaman taking on McPherson, 8 seed versus a 1 seed to kick off the quarterfinals, and McPherson starts off hot. Vikings trailing by 5 in the second quarter. Cameron Turner starts off hot though, runs through a pass, finishes on the other end. She cuts it to 22-19. Next possession, Vikings work it inside to Turner. She drops in a mid-range jumper, just a little bit more of her athleticism there. And then even more from Turner, this time from the wing, and she would sink the 3. She was the only player on the court in double figures after one half. She finished with 20, but the Bullpups were too much. They go on to win 57-41. Over in Hayes in boys 2A, 7-seed Mission Valley taking on 2-seed Hutch Trinity. Vikings Brandon Hiddle with a little sideline route there. The athletic finish for the senior, trailing by 2 after 1. Mission Valley executing on both sides. It's William Blythe with the steal. And then across the court, Hiddle to Blythe for the finish off the glass, but the Vikings trailed 24-10 at the break. Trinity's Caleb Hammocky with the old-fashioned 3 here. The Celtics' big run in the second proves a bit too much, and the Vikings finish their season 17-5 with a 49-23 loss. Well, coming up tonight at 10, scores and highlights from all of our area first-round state games. Additionally, scores for all state matchups can be found anytime over at wibw.com/sports.
Good to hear, and more on the way tonight. One note to a story we had that 8:45 a.m. manhunt in the Huntoon and Wanamaker area, the man running into the tree line. We're getting word that man has been located and he has been caught. More information on the website and on the News at 10 later tonight.
Good to hear. We will be right back.
Time and temperature sponsored by Qdoba Catering.
Hello from Kansas Fencing. Our girls aren't the only thing growing fast around here. Our business is growing fast too.
For over 15 years, you've made Kansas Fencing the #1 fence contractor in the Midwest.
Visit us today at kansasfenceco.com.
You guys ready?
This is the Nelson family.
Wi-Fi's good.
And their panoramic Wi-Fi from Cox.
Connected here.
They're helping us demonstrate the speed and coverage of its super fast signal.
Here it comes!
It covers every device and every inch of their home.
He's coming back up!
And with extenders, every room is connected. Cover every corner of your home with super fast panoramic Wi-Fi from Cox.
Celebrate America with Wheel. Can you solve this puzzle?
On the map, that's the category.
Colorado Springs.
That's it.
Tonight, the final rounds begin.
History is being made on this stage.
The world's best tonight on CBS.
This March, the only thing more extreme than the obstacles ahead is a world-class athlete chasing you through the streets of LA.
When the competition is this fierce, you gotta take it to the streets.
From LeBron James, victory is only a mile away. And host Tim Tebow. $1 Million Mile, CBS this March.
This is your 13 weather forecast.
Temperatures tonight falling down into the 20s. That's an improvement compared to the single digits and teens that we've been starting with over the past few mornings. 26 Topeka, 25 in Marysville tonight with 26 degrees in Council Grove. Still need to bundle up tomorrow morning. Highs tomorrow mid-30s to mid-40s. Cloudy skies. Again, might have some flurries along the Nebraska border, but most places dry. And then maybe some patchy freezing drizzle tomorrow night, not expected to be widespread. Better chance for rain and even some thunderstorms Friday night into Saturday. And also don't forget this weekend, we spring forward 1 hour as daylight saving time begins. That means we lose an hour of sleep, but our sunset time on Sunday will be 7:24 p.m.
We love our daylight time. We love having you join us for 13 News and Weather here at 6. Two very different games are coming up. Wheel of Fortune, then right into Survivor.
Yep,
Yeah,
be
it's
sure
cool.
to tune in at 10 tonight for more news.
Get the latest news, weather, and sports at WIBW.com or follow WIBW on Twitter, Facebook, and our mobile app. Thank you for making 13 News the most watched evening newscast.
Be on the safe side and choose Ranch Hand Truck Accessories to protect your truck or SUV and your family from life's unexpected.
BOGO. BOGO. It's the BOGO sale at Carpet One. Buy 1 square foot of flooring, get one free. Choose hardwood, ceramic tile, natural stone, luxury vinyl, and carpet. Buy one, get one free. Choose in-stock colors and styles. Buy 1 square foot, get the second square foot free. The more you buy, the more you save. Plus, get no interest financing for 3 years. It's the BOGO sale. Buy 1 square foot of flooring, get one free. Now at Carpet One. We make it beautiful for less.
Get your tickets for American blues and rock and roll band George Thorogood and the Destroyers live at prairieband.com/shows.
Hi, my name is Terry with Midwest Cremation Society. Let us help you celebrate the life of your loved one when your choice is cremation. Midwest Cremation Society offers the exact same services for cremation that traditional funeral homes provide at half the cost.
Don't add a financial burden to an emotional burden. Call 785-249-6815.
Let me serve your cremation needs. Midwest Cremation Society, my family serving yours.
I never thought I would say this, but I love my carpet.
There's one reason she feels this way. It's Smart Strand Forever Clean by Mohawk, the most durable, easiest to clean carpet ever invented. I've seen Smart Strand stand up to a 2,800-pound rhino named Rico. I've also seen Smart Strand come clean after being stomped on by 10,000 Tough Mudders.
I love Smart Strand Forever Clean, and I love being able to live life worry-free.
Act now for 24 months financing on select Mohawk Smart Strand carpets.
Why mentor? Anthony lives at home with his sisters and mother. She works 2 jobs to put food on the table. His father walked out when he was 2. He has great potential, but he's missing the mark at school. He needs someone to become a part of his story, who shows him that he matters, that he's going somewhere, and that there's someone who cares enough to help him get there. He needs you.
This is Channel 13, WIBW-TV, Topeka, Kansas.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are the stars of America's Game.
That's St. Jack and Vanna White.
Thank you, Jim. Thanks, folks. Another nice group here in lovely Culver City. Thank you very much. See you later. Hi. Get ready. You want to get some money, you got to have those deals in your hand. There you go. On the map, that's the category. It's our first toss-up of the night. Vanna. Joey.
Atlantic City.
Yeah, that's it. Joey Corey got $1,000, just like that, from Washington, D.C. It's our nation's capital, I believe.
Yes, sir.
A congressional staffer. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so I'm a congressional staffer, and my personal goal is to try to create more a bipartisan environment in Congress right now. And the way that I do that is to set up bipartisan happy hours.
You know, you may have found something that can bring us all together now that
That's the goal.
I think about it. Well, good luck with that. You got your work cut out for you. It's good to have you here, Joey.
Thank you.
Hello, Amanda.
Hey.
Amanda Adams from Colmont, Tennessee. What part of the state is that in?
It's Middle Tennessee, in between Nashville and Chattanooga.
Okay. You're a dental assistant?
I am.
And married?
I am, to my high school sweetheart and our 10-year-old daughter, Michaela.
All right. Well, I know she's watching and cheering, and good luck to you, too.
Yes, thank you.
And you, too, Ann. Ann Heslin is from New Orleans, which I believe is in Louisiana. if I'm not
Yes,
mistaken.
correct.
A fundraising professional.
For the past 18 years, I've helped a lot of charities raise money for various causes, professionally and personally.
Yeah, that's like an art to do, because not everyone's comfortable with that.
Yeah, I don't mind asking people for free stuff.
You enjoy sailing?
I do with my friends. I don't get to do it a lot because I'm working all the time, but whatever, it's good.
So instead of raising money, let's win some tonight.
Let's win
Everybody,
some.
let's go. We'll do a $2,000 toss-up. This one is a phrase. And here we go again. Joey.
I'm trying to concentrate.
Okay, yeah, sure. So Joey gets them both. He'll be spinning in a moment. We're going to do one of our Wheel of Fortune crosswords. That'll be our first round. And the clue is hitting the blank. Okay, remember that? Joey, you'll start. $500.
T.
No. Amanda. $700.
L.
There is no L either. Ann. $500.
R.
There are two R's. Yes.
I'll buy a vowel, E.
Nope, afraid not. No E. Joey. You're on a free play.
O.
Yes, one O. And the old free play again.
A.
Mm-hmm, two A's. Now this time the loser turn. Gotcha. Amanda, we go to you. 700.
D.
One D. Well, we figured that part out. 500.
S.
Uh-huh, one S.
I'd like to buy the I.
There is one I, yes.
I'd like to buy the U.
There is a U, sure. One more vowel. 800.
M.
No M. N. All right.
L.
It's been called.
Oh,
sorry.
shoot.
Yeah. It happens,
I know it
you know.
happens.
Joey, your turn. Can he get the big one? Yes, he can.
C.
There are two C's.